I mean, when that woman, her was short when you married her. So what's wrong with this woman, her now?
That's
just
right.
because you seen somebody else that walked by with her long and flowing and all that stuff, and they may look good with, and you don't know if they real hair, if it's their real hair. You see what I'm saying? All this nitpicking. I mean, you love that person. You said you did, you know, before you married. Now you sitting up there and looking at somebody else and looking at your husband or your wife and trying to comparing the two. And now what you doing now is you're thinking less of your spouse and you thinking more of that person that you keep on looking at and watching and all that stuff like that. You saying, and then you saying, well, my wife ain't this. Then you start picking out faults.
And then that's when the confusion come in.
Yeah.
And that's when the enemy.
That's when the confusion.
So you done open the door now. Now Satan finna come in and he finna do his thing. Because you done opened the door. See, first thing we got to understand, when you deal with marriage, we said before at the top of the broadcast, marriage is a ministry. So therefore, if marriage is a ministry, therefore you can't focus on the outside. You got to focus on the inside. And see, that's a lot of our attention. Satan draws our attention to the outer instead of the inner. Okay, she may be 36, 24, 36, but if she say... do she know the law? You know, so that's the way we have to focus. That's how we have to operate in a marriage.
I know, and it's like, what did you what did you think of when you first met that person? What drawed you to that person? What attracted you to that person in the first place? You know, you should never forget this. This is why I was drawn to that person. It was that person. This is what this person symbolizes, and you know, and that's what I love about that person. That's what I love about. That's what I love about you.
That's right.
You this such and such and such and such. This is what drawed me to you.
That's right.
You know, and a lot of times you forget that. You know what drawed me to that person in the first place.
That's right.
And you lose track of that because you too much focus on somebody else.
That's right.
And what in their outer appearance or whatever.
That's right.
But you can look just as good as, I don't know, but be toe up on the inside, messed up on the inside.
And you know what excites me is that when I think about I got a wife at home that's saved, that know God. That's what excites me. You know, I got a wife that know the law. You know, and that's powerful to me. And in a marriage, that's the way each individual should be.
That's
excited about my mate that's saved and they know
She's
God.
Saved. I mean,
that's all I need. That's all I need to know.
Yeah,
you know,
and don't get so caught up on the physical.
Oh yeah, and that's how the enemy trick a lot of us. You know, to so much confusion. Divorces come up. You know, you divorce his wife because she done gained a few pounds. Wife the same way. You know, he ain't like he was or whatever, and he ain't looking like this or this what I want right here. You got to get like I said, you cannot operate a marriage. You can't run a marriage like the world mindset in a carnal way. You can't run a marriage and with the carnal mind, y'all, and be successful.
Because we see through the eyes of God.
There it is.
And God sees things as beautiful. And when you look at your husband or look at your wife, that's what you see. You see that beauty. You see that handsome man sitting beside you. You see that beautiful woman that God has blessed you with. You see that beauty that radiating from the inside out. And that's what you're seeing. That's what you're looking at.
Well, you know, open up something else now. Now, let me deal with this right here. Now, we just got to do talking about, you know, God and, you know, how God wants us to rule the marriage, how you're supposed to look on the inner and not on the outer. But just like Paul said, just because grace is there, do I continue in sin? Okay, just because, you know, the word of God tells you that don't mean you ain't supposed to take care of yourself. Hello?
That's right. You still supposed to take care of yourself.
Hello. So what I'm saying is right here. Just because you married to that man, don't mean you ain't supposed to take care of yourself and make sure you're looking good to him. That's what I'm saying. And that's your motive. That's where your mind should be. My mind, I want to make sure that I'm tight for my wife. I want to make sure that, you know, that I keep myself in shape. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I want to look good to her. I know she loved me because, you know, I'm born. I know that. But you know, it can go beyond that. You know, I should have a mindset. I know she loves me, but I want to look good to her. That's my mindset. You know, I want to make sure I'm in shape. I'm looking good to her.
Yeah, we had brought that up on last week when we were saying that. Also, you know, even if that person, because I was saying last week, you know, even though that person do gain a little weight, when she see that you continue to love her or you continue to love him, that's going to motivate that person to want to, you know, I want to lose this. I want to look even, you know, I want to look even better for him. Yeah. You know, that'll motivate them to want to go out there and lose the weight or exercise or do what they need to do to keep themselves right.
So,
no, don't go looking on any kind of way.
That's right.
Now,
That
I'm not telling you that to go looking on. Continue to look good for your husband.
That's right.
And things like that. I was just trying to make a point. You know, if your wife gain a little weight or whatever, still continue to love her, because a lot of people stop loving their husband or their wife because they gain weight because they're focused so much
on the outer. Yeah, their mindset is totally outer. I mean, carnal.
That's right. And so you're looking at that.
So we just as we was teaching this right here, you see, God, you got to understand that when you're in a marriage, it's like, okay, I'm married and that's it. I mean, when you're in a marriage, you have to cultivate the marriage, y'all. Mm-hmm. You have to water the marriage. How do you water the marriage? How do you cultivate the marriage? You have to nourish a marriage just like you plant a seed. You have to take care and go back and water it and make sure the sun, they get enough water, get enough sun. You have to do the marriage the same way. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have to nourish the marriage. You have to water the marriage, y'all. You have to love on that person. Mm-hmm. You have to speak nice to that person. You have to let that person know, look, baby, you the prettiest thing. I'm telling you, I love you. Mm-hmm. And that's the way. That's how you cultivate marriage. I'm tell y'all something. I'm tell y'all me. I'm talking to the men now. I want to let y'all know something. You have to make that woman, your wife, feel like she's the most beautiful woman in the world. Mm. Oh yeah, that's your queen. Y'all hear me? That's your queen. And when I said make, I'm talking about you got to be real about it. You got to mean it. You know, because a woman will know if you mean it, you just front. She know. She might not say, but she'll know if you just playing game, and she'll know when you mean it. Mm-hmm. And you got to make sure that she's secure. That you got to let her know you the only one, baby, that I ever want to be with forever. Mm-hmm. You got to let her know that she got to feel secure. You got to make her feel secure. And men, you got to be willing to put other women in check. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of times men do things that open the door to a lot of women trying to talk to him or whatever, trying to, you have to make sure you got to let all them women know that you are married. Mm-hmm. I got a beautiful wife and I ain't rolling. I got her and I want her only. Mm-hmm. Some women still gonna try to talk to you, but you got to put that up front and let them know, look, I'm married. Mm-hmm. And then I want to say something else. A ring don't mean nothing. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put a ring don't mean a thing. Because
they'll try to talk to you with a ring on your finger.
Huh? That don't mean nothing, y'all. That don't mean nothing. Because it's your action that proves who you really are. Not what you say out with a ring on your hand. We make big emphasis over the ring. Some women get, I want, just want to knock the brother out because he's not able to get you a ring to put on your finger. The most important thing is that man love you. He with you. He faithful to you. That's the most important thing, than anything. So we got to keep the marriage the way God ordained the marriage. Okay. We got to keep it. First of all, we got to keep it before God. We got to be faithful.
That's
okay.
Right.
And then marriage, you got to keep it simple. We make marriage complicated, y'all. We make marriage complicated. We got to keep it simple. Okay. We can't be so hung up on materialistic things and money. See that them two things right there is another two things that cause a lot of confusion in a marriage. That's a lot of divorces because of those two things I just called out, y'all. That's why I say you got to keep it simple, man. Because if you love that person like you say you love that person, you're going to love on them and you're going to stick by them no matter what.
That's right.
Huh? Especially when you see that person, that man constantly trying to do his best to take care of you and take care of your family, and you looking at the neighbors next door, look how he telling you, and see you messing up right there. My wife just talked about it. Stop looking at other folks.
Yeah, or he don't have the same job that the other person across the street may have, or he may not be making the kind of money that the other person across the street have. Yeah. You start comparing.
Start comparing again. So God is trying to teach us we got to allow the Spirit of God and the Word of God to rule our marriage. We got to keep God in the marriage, y'all, in order for the marriage to be successful.
And we have to learn to be content in all things.
In all things. See, I told you the word of God would direct the marriage. If you read the Bible, the everything in that Bible would teach you how to govern your marriage. Because you got to govern your marriage how you govern your relationship with Christ.
That's right.
Because what? It's a spiritual what? Marriage. All right, First Lady.
And you know what? I tell God always, all the time, how much I'm so grateful for my husband and, the man of God that he sent my way. And I'm so thankful and grateful because, I could be out there trying, headed for divorce court because my husband done cheated on me or something, or somebody done beat me upside my head or something like that. I thank God every day for him. And, I love him. I love him with all my heart. And, that's what you gotta, ladies, you gotta tell your husband that. And, you gotta show that love and how much that you appreciate your husband. Tell him. Tell him that.
Yeah, start complaining and picking so much and start, applauding your husband. You thank God.
I got a man that's working. It don't matter what kind of job he's working. He working supplying.
That's right.
Supplying for the home.
That's right.
He's working for the home. It don't matter what he's working.
That's right. So it says all work is honorable when it's honest.
He's not out there stealing.
That's right. And so, like I said, we have to base everything how God's looking at everything when it's dealing with marriage. Okay. Okay, let's move on a little farther. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 22. Proverbs 18 and 22. Listen to what the Bible says about the beautiful women that God has created for man. Proverbs 18 and 22. 18
and 22. Okay.
What is that?
It says, whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord.
Listen to what listen to what it said. Y'all see how men, y'all see how important a wife is to you. You see how vital a wife is to you. Listen to what the word said. It said, whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. This is what God said. You got a good thing. If you don't find a wife, you got a good thing. That's what God said. And obtaineth favor of the Lord. See, a lot of you think it was all about you. No, you hooked up with that wife. And when by you being hooked up with that wife, that's why God has brought favor your way. That's true. That's true. You hooked up with that wife. When I read the script a long time ago, I look and I said, you mean tell me this is why I'm being blessed like this? Oh, that's what a favor. And obtain a favor of the Lord.
Favor.
So that's why God teaches us men, we got to cherish our wife. We got to treat our wife right. Okay, we got to treat her wife because in God's eyesight, she's a jewel to God.
And then, like he was saying, when you obtain a favor for God, that comes from the way you treat your wife. That's where the favor come in.
That's right.
Of God.
Teach then, First Lady. That's right.
Amen.
Okay. Let's go. 31. Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31.
Okay.
Marriage is a lovely thing, y'all. It's a lovely thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And if you blessed with a wife or a husband, look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all blessed with a blessing. Y'all got a great blessing. A great blessing. Don't take it for granted. Don't be so nonchalant about your marriage. You hear me? When the enemy come in, you got to fight for your marriage. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. You got to fight for your marriage. If you love that person, you got to fight for them. Y'all hear me? In the spirit. Y'all hear me? Y'all got to put the word on it. All right? All right. What's it? Proverbs 31:10.
Yeah. 31?
Yeah, Proverbs 31:10.
No, 30. Okay. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband does safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Keep reading. She would do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hand she planted a vineyard. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. She perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hand to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. She stretches out her hand to the poor, yea, and reaches forth her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, when he sitteth